One of the most painful mistakes many people make in relationships is believing love alone can change someone's lifestyle, mindset, or emotional habits. So they stay longer, love harder, sacrifice more, ignore red flags, hoping that eventually the person will become loyal, emotionally available, or relationship-minded. But the harsh truth is, you cannot force someone into emotional maturity just because you love them deeply. And many people destroy their peace trying to save someone who never truly wanted to change. Watch this till the end, because this truth has silently destroyed thousands of relationships, and many people realize it only after years of emotional damage. 1. You cannot change someone who enjoys the lifestyle. A lot of people confuse temporary emotions with genuine transformation. Someone may genuinely like you, care about you, even feel emotionally attached to you. But that does not automatically mean they are ready to abandon a lifestyle they still enjoy emotionally, socially, or sexually. That's the truth people avoid. Because many people don't leave hookup culture simply because they meet someone good. People change when their mindset changes, not because someone begged, suffered, or sacrificed enough. 2. Love does not automatically create discipline. This is where many relationships fail. People assume, if they really love me, they'll stop. But emotional attachment and personal discipline are not the same thing. A person can love you and still lack self-control. Commitment mindset, emotional maturity, consistency, loyalty, because love without discipline still creates pain. 3. Some people love attention more than stability. Hookup-centered lifestyles often create addiction to validation. New attention, new excitement, new attraction, new emotional highs, and once someone becomes emotionally addicted to constant validation, stable relationships may start feeling boring to them. That's why some people repeatedly sabotage healthy relationships even when they claim to want love. Because emotionally, they are still attached to excitement over stability. 4. You cannot heal someone through suffering. A lot of people secretly believe, if I love them hard enough, they'll eventually change. So they tolerate disrespect, cheating, broken promises, emotional inconsistency, trying to prove they deserve loyalty. But pain does not automatically transform people. Sometimes it only drains the person tolerating it. And eventually you realize you were fighting for a future the other person was never seriously building. 5. Words mean nothing without consistent behavior. This is one of the harshest truths in relationships. People can say, I love you, you're different. I want to change, and still continue the same destructive behaviors repeatedly. Because real change is not emotional speech. It's consistent action over time. And many people stay trapped because they keep falling in love with promises instead of patterns. 6. Some people only want relationship benefits. This truth hurts many people deeply. Some individuals want companionship, attention, emotional comfort, sexual access, support, but not genuine commitment or accountability, so they stay emotionally close enough to receive benefits, while avoiding the responsibility that comes with real relationships. And if you ignore this long enough, you eventually become emotionally used instead of genuinely loved. 7. You become emotionally drained, trying to fix them. One of the biggest dangers is what happens to you emotionally. You start overthinking constantly, questioning your value, competing for loyalty, becoming anxious, losing peace, trying to become good enough for someone who was never emotionally stable from the beginning. And slowly, the relationship stops building you and starts emotionally destroying you. 8. Real change must come from internal desire. Nobody changes permanently through pressure alone. Not men, not women. Lasting transformation happens when someone personally becomes tired of their own unhealthy patterns, not because they fear losing you temporarily, but because they genuinely want a different life emotionally and mentally. And if that internal desire is missing, the cycle usually repeats again later. 9. Attachment can blind you to reality. This is where many people get trapped for years. You remember the good moments, the chemistry, the emotional connection, the potential, and you ignore reality because hope feels emotionally safer than acceptance. But potential is not reality. And relationships built mostly on hope often end in emotional exhaustion. 10. Healthy love should not feel like constant emotional survival. A healthy relationship should not constantly leave you confused, Anxious. Competing for attention, begging for consistency, living in fear of betrayal. That's not emotional peace. That's emotional instability. And many people stay because the emotional highs and lows became addictive. 11. You can support someone without sacrificing yourself. This is important. Caring about someone does not mean tolerating endless emotional damage. Supporting someone does not mean abandoning your own peace, dignity, boundaries, or emotional health. Because love without boundaries becomes self-destruction. 12. The hardest truth. Some people are not ready for the kind of love you want. And that reality hurts, because sometimes the issue is not your value. The issue is compatibility between your emotional goals and their emotional lifestyle. You wanted stability? They wanted freedom. You wanted loyalty? They still wanted options. And no amount of love changes. Someone who still prefers temporary excitement over genuine commitment. Final thought. You cannot build a healthy future with someone who still loves unhealthy patterns more than emotional growth. Because real relationships require discipline, consistency, accountability, emotional maturity, intentional loyalty. And many people lose years trying to transform someone who never truly wanted to become different. Love can inspire growth, but it cannot force transformation. Be honest. Do you think people stay too long trying to change partners who clearly aren't ready for commitment? Drop your thoughts in the comment and subscribe for more relationship truths most people realize too late.